we are not victims when we make choices within this illusion. And when you start to view things as sacrifice, you place yourself into the victim role. Life is happening to you instead of for you. Welcome back to One's Journey of Unwinding the Mind, and of course, your daily microdose. Now tune in to the latest episode of One's Journey. Today I want to talk about sacrifice. Sacrifice. That it's like a day-to-day thing. We're constantly feeling as though we're sacrificing, which it just makes so much sense because this illusion is actually based and created out of the initial, what we believe, sacrifice, the sacrifice of oneness, us leaving God. And though it never actually happened, it is what we believe in our subconscious. We believe that we left God, and that's why we have all this shame and guilt. But then it consistently shows up day to day as a reminder of the initial sacrifice, when in fact, it never happened. We never actually sacrificed and never actually are sacrificing. A lot of my clients are, a lot of times when they are feeling upset or hurt or frustrated, when we really break it down, it's because they are having this internal belief system that they made some sort of sacrifice. That if they choose to do this thing, then they're sacrificing the other. When in fact, it's just a choice. Just like us being here is a choice. We can choose in a holy instant to accept the love and the unconditional love and home of God. But the problem is there's all this shame and guilt that's deep rooted within us, that we have all of this fear. So we choose to stay here. We chose to come with the ego's belief system and to wall off the belief system with the Holy Spirit. One of the things I found within the illusion is really starting to no longer see things as sacrifice, but instead see them for what they are, that they truly are a choice. Let's say you go on a diet. I don't even know what the word diet means, but I think it means something about sacrifice. You believe you are sacrificing the candy, the foods that are unhealthy, so that you can have a way of looking, a way of being, when in fact you're just making a choice. You're not sacrificing anything, because a choice has outcomes, and in those outcomes may not include other things, but that does not mean it is a sacrifice. It means that you are choosing, really starting to take a look at those things around you. And when you start to feel upset or angry, what am I telling myself that I'm sacrificing? Really get honest that you're not sacrificing a dang thing. You are choosing, just like at the root of it. That's just even within the illusion, operating within it. But you're training your subconscious back to realize that the sacrifice doesn't exist. So if sacrifice doesn't exist, you're really taking back that ownership, that I'm choosing to be here. I'm choosing to continue to stay in this illusion. And like I said, there's a lot of shame and guilt that we need to forgive to be able to step into what we're choosing. That's choosing to untie the shame and guilt and untie yourself from the ego. But as you're really starting to view this illusion and the things within it, the walking sticks, whatever, as in fact the choices they are and not the sacrifices, you're training that subconscious to really start to see that and to understand in the bigger picture of being in this illusion that it's a choice. It is, and that's one thing we need to start to realize, that we are not victims. We are not victims to be in this illusion. We are not victims when we make choices within this illusion. And when you start to view things as sacrifice, you place yourself into the victim role. Life is happening to you instead of for you. When in fact, my friend, you are responsible for all of this. You are responsible for exactly how your life is today. Therefore, you need to acknowledge the choice and not the sacrifice. You can have it all if you want. You are not sacrificing. You are making a choice. When I go to eat a snack and I choose, I'm using the word choose right there. But let's say I have an apple instead of chips because I want to feel good later. If I start to view that as, because I want to feel good later, I sacrifice my ability to have chips. That's a victim. That is a helpless mentality when in reality, you're choosing everything. Everything you do is a choice, including, I'm sorry to say this, including you being in the solution. It's a choice the mind made a long time ago, but not really a long time ago because time doesn't exist, but a choice the mind made when it was scared that it fucked up. And it ran with the ego belief system to wall off the Holy Spirit's belief system so that it didn't have to face the immense shame and guilt that 1 second, that one thought produced. I hope today helps you to have a different view, if not about getting out of this illusion or how we got into this illusion, but at most, day to day, you are not sacrificing. Quit tricking yourself to believe that you are sacrificing. Quit taking the victim and step into the ownership. I would love to hear how you are acknowledging in your life the choices you are making instead of the sacrifices. Again, until next time, remember you are worth it, and I love you tons. Bye-bye.